Hello, hello, my YouTube family and friends. I just wanted to hop back on here. I'm on my lunch break. Day's halfway gone, halfway over. Hope I don't sound like I'm rushing the days by, but because the truth is they're going fast enough already. We don't have to rush them. But I just, I just look forward. I really do. I've said this before, but I really look forward to getting off work. I do. Just spend time with my family, and it's just, I don't know, especially in this season of my life, it just it feels good to be free, in that sense where you're like, okay, I'm off work, I don't have to be anywhere, I don't have to do anything, I can just relax. It feels good. But I wanted to come back on here and finish talking about what I was talking about this morning, in regards to the when I worked at Blue Cross, and they tried to get me to and I'm gonna put my sunglasses on, y'all, because this sun is beaming in my face. But again, they were trying to get me to, basically lie on the guy, the gentleman. And like I said, I didn't have any issues with him at all. Me and him talked about stuff. Now I will admit, at that particular time in my life, everything seemed like it was going pretty good for my life, and I was like, okay, he would just seem like he always had some issues going on. And like I said, I can't remember if he was having a custody battle or it was something about the mom of his children. I can't remember exactly, but it was just a lot. But he still was, to me, he treated me nice and everything. I didn't have an issue with him. But so yeah, they were trying to get me to, you know, she's the one, because they noticed that, the lady who I was telling you, she's since passed away, the supervisor, they knew that, me and him was talking, and, they knew I could be the one, and I probably, but it wasn't going to work, because I'm like, no, I'm not getting involved into any nonsense like that, because I wouldn't want anybody doing me like that, and so I told my late husband, I said, I got a feeling that they're wanting me to just lie on him, make up something, even if it's nothing to make it up. And I told my late husband, I said, I'm not doing it. And he said, no, you shouldn't do it. And so I said, I'm not. And so again, it's just amazing to me how people, that was in 2013, but how people, they're willing to do whatever they can do against you. And here this man was, whatever, issues he had or whatever, no one deserves to be lied on. And had I, which I would have never did it because it's not in my character, but had I have, said, well, you know what, he was this, that to me, and well, like I said, the truth was, he treated me nice, and I was listening to him, everything, it became a lot, but I was, me and him worked together, so I listened to him. But it sort of bothered me when I found out they fired him, because I'm like, because we had literally just started, and I'm like, why did they get rid of him? I was just trying to figure out what were the reason. But at that job, I do remember, in that department, if they did not like you, if they did not care for you, there wasn't really any men in that department. It was mostly women. And it was women supervisors, women this, women that. So and nothing against women or anything, I'm a woman, but what I'm saying is that I don't know if that was a threat. He was military. I don't know. I don't want to assume. But there again, it's not fair to people when they're trying to work and make a living, and somebody's plotting, planning, and scheming against their job. It's not fair. So I was just, like I said, I could tell in the conversation. I told my late husband, I said, she didn't like what I had to say, because I was telling the truth, because I had already prayed about that. I was like, I wouldn't dare lie on him. For what was I going to gain from that? And then they were trying, like I said, they were trying to get me to go to court and stuff, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing none of that. None of that. You're not pulling me into a bunch of foolishness. And I was like, no. And so but the questions went on, like, what type of person he was, had he ever disrespected me. I said, nope. And like I said, everything I was telling her, it was it was the truth, but she didn't want to hear anything I had to say, because that conversation was quick. I bet that conversation was supposed to be like an hour long, but it was quick. And after that, they left me alone. But again, that's just so unfair to people, and if we all have issues. We all have things we're dealing with, struggling with, but it gives no one any reason to plot against people. People trying to work, people trying to make a living, pay their bills, whatever they trying to do with their money. And, it doesn't give you any right to do that. So again, I'm just that, and I'm like that today. I'm still like that. I'm not gonna lie on anybody. I'm gonna tell the truth. And a lot of times people don't want to hear the truth. They don't. What is the truth? The truth now is a lie. So it's backwards now. But anyway, I wanted to share that because that was in my spirit last night, and I was like, I just wanted to, if you find yourself in a situation where somebody is trying to get you to lie on somebody or make up something on somebody, don't do it. Don't do it, because if they're willing to do that on that person with you, or want you to say something about that person, they'll do it to you. So please remember that. That's like gossiping. If they gossip to you, they'll gossip about you. So you're not special. There's nothing special about you. But I wanted to this just came in my spirit too. I want to talk about this real quick. I'm on my lunch break. I got a few more minutes. But a lot of times we look at I've shared this before. We look at society wants you to think, well, if you apply for this job, you'll have more money if you do this, do that. The truth of the matter is, God is our provider. And I had to actually mention that to someone it's been a few days ago. And they said, yeah, but money is a tool. I said, yeah, money is a tool. I said, but my God is my provider. I've been without a lot of times people don't understand where you're coming from if they never been where you've been. And you can tell your testimony over and over and over, but until you blue in the face. But if no one has ever gone through what you've gone through, they can't relate. That's just a simple fact. They can't relate to what you're saying. They'll nod their head and pat you on the back and say, yeah, but if they have not been through what you've gone through, they don't understand it. But if you talk to someone who has gone through what you're going through or what you've been through, then you can tell the difference in the conversation. You can it's a big difference, because they'll actually give testimony of what they had to go through. So again, a lot of times when you're trying to get more money, you're trying to say, well, if I do this job, if I apply for that job, I have more money, I'll be able to pay my, but the truth of the matter is, God is our provider. And I heard a minister say, it was so funny last night. I had to laugh. I was what was I doing? Washing my face in the bathroom, but I could hear the TV in the bedroom. And he said, a lot of it's true. It's true. It's actually not really comical, but it's so true. But I had to laugh because I was like, oh my gosh. He said, and his whole point was not to put your trust in man, not to put your trust in these jobs, because he said it's people that go on their lunch break, they go into work that day, go on their lunch break and come back home. Go on their lunch, come back from their lunch break, and they don't have a job. And that was funny to me. And it's not funny when it happens to people, of course not. But what was funny about it, that's true. It's true. It was how he said it. But there's nothing funny about nobody losing their job. But I was like, that is so true. He said, you walk in that office, you got your work bags, you got everything, and you got a job at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock that morning, and you go on lunch break at 11 or 12, and you go back in from your lunch break, and they may tell you that you don't even have a job. So I was like, that is so true. And so, it's just really important for us not to be putting our faith in these jobs, seriously. And, God knows that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at in my life. I'm like, if I work, I work. If I don't, I don't. That's just the attitude I got, because, I wasn't always like that. I wasn't. But I am now. All that I've been through and gone through, and Jesus has helped me through it all. So I'm like, I don't have time to be worried about no job. It's like they come just like they come and they go. And if people don't like you, or if they feel like they want to, like when I worked at Blue Cross, I, doing everything I knew to do to make a living, and to do my job, and and I'm like, and my late husband, he told me, he said they're gonna get rid of you. He told me that the night before, after I told him I got the email, and I said, why would the doctor, she was I'm trying to remember her fancy title she had, regional medical director, that's what it was, thank you Holy Spirit. And I said, why would she want to meet with me at the end of a payday? It was like it was right when it was time to go home. I think it was like 4:45, and he said, they're gonna get rid of you. And I said, why would they get rid of me? I had so much pride. I said, why would they get rid of me? I do my job. I'm there every day. I've been here, blah, just come on. I had my little, they can't do it. There's no way they can do it. It was. And so I met with her, and I was just really, I was blown away. I seen that little piece of paper in the conference room on the table, and that pen. And I said, yeah, he was right. And like I said, that's why I'm letting you all know, my late husband, God spoke through him so many times to me. And it was sometimes I listened, sometimes I chose not to, but I heard him. Yeah, I did. But yeah, they did. They let me go, and they said they eliminated my job, basically. And I said, well, while I'm batting back tears, I said, you got all these other technicians, why didn't you eliminate their position? But I knew God had shown me what it was. It was personal. It was personal. And so I had expressed myself, what I have stood and what I've stood on, the Lord, this, that, and the other. And so, what they say, when you shine your bright light, demons don't like that. And so they said, we got to get rid of her. We got to get her away from here, because she's not doing what we want her to do anymore. And so I was just, it was hurtful. I cried in the car. But my husband had told me, my late husband told me, he said, they're going to get rid of you. He said, I'm just letting you know. He said, they don't like you. You're not doing what they want you to do anymore. Because when I started that job, I was, what is it? What is that? I can't think of what the little saying is. I was fetching. I was doing because all of them were older to be my mom, my dad. So they were older than me. I was in my 30s then, and they were like in their 50s, 60s. And so I was like a child to them. And so I was running around doing everything they wanted me to do. And then one day I just, I'm like, hey, I don't have to do that. I don't have to go to lunch with you. I don't have to do that. I don't do that. I don't do this. And so, people don't like when you switch up on them, especially when you switch up with Jesus on them. They don't like that. So again, that I shared that testimony. That was really a hard time in my life, because that, like I said, not only hurtful, it was shameful to me, but God later showed me the reason behind all that. And people, that's why, and my lesson out of that was to don't put trust in man. Don't put your trust in man with these jobs, because I thought I had it so locked in. And there was a lady I talked to. She was in the Nashville office. I talked to quite a few of them, because we're regional located. So I was in the one office. She was in, we had Memphis, Nashville. I forget the other one. It was other ones, but me and the lady in Nashville office, we talked quite a bit. And she was old enough to be my mom. We talked, this, that, and the other, and like that, about the job and stuff. And so towards the time for me to leave, I didn't really get talked to her a lot, because it's like everybody disconnected from me. It's like it was almost like everyone knew, and they probably knew before I knew, but that was okay. Everything that has happened to me has been for my good. There's nothing that has happened to me that I can say, Lord, that was not for my good, because it all of it was. So again, don't put your trust and faith in these jobs. Like I said, they come a dime a dozen. And I'm not, it's some people, they scrambling, they like, oh, I gotta work out. I'm like, yeah, I need to work, I probably do, but that's not my source. And like I said, I've been without a job so many times in my life, so I know what it feel like. I know what it feel like. I know what it looked like. And again, people that, like I was telling you all, my mom, she couldn't relate when I would be without a job, and you know, she would kind of feel sorry for me. But I'm like, I've been done this, been there, done that, you know. So again, if you've never been through something, you don't have you can't relate to what someone's saying, and they can tell you all day and all night, you know, look, this is what I'm going through, or this is what I'm. You're not gonna understand. You're not gonna comprehend it because you ain't never been through it, you know. So I'm thankful. I am. For all that God has taught me, is teaching me, and will teach me, because you know, he disciplines those who he loves, and so he chastises them. And I'm thankful that he chastises me, because you know, all of us, more than we realize, we do need chastising. We do. We don't know it all. We will never know it all like he do. And so when God takes you through things, we just got to go through it. You just got to go through it. But as always, I pray you always hear Jesus speaking through me, and not just me. I pray you all have a beautiful, blessed day. Rest of your day in Jesus' name. I'm going to get back in here. It's going to be freezing cold when I walk back in here. But it says 91 degrees out here, but it's hot, y'all. But it feels good to come out here and get away from the busy work stuff. And I'm gonna be doing this a whole lot more often. It's like a getaway. It's like you're leaving work and going back, and then it seems like the day just go by. It seems like sometimes it makes it go by faster. So as always, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I may hop back on here when I get off work. It just depends, but have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye bye.